Shalom, shalom. Just want to do a quick video um, about birthdays because we like to celebrate birthdays. Talking about Israel, Black, Spanish, and Native Americans, and I just want to get into some scriptures and Lord willing, you edified. But first, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim La, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakakadash. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there that's pushing the truth, and truth is sincerity. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well, teach well, still in the hopeful elect. I'm just gonna get a few accounts in the scriptures. But before I get that, I just want to say that you can also go online. Then just type in the origin of the birthday. It's a satanic holiday. It's actually Satan's favorite holiday, I should say. So you can look that up, and I'm gonna get some accounts in the scriptures. And like I said, Lord willing, you edify it. It's only for the elect. Follow not the ways of the heathen. It's not our. Let me just get that first, because this is not. That's not our custom. Nowhere in the scriptures was they celebrating birthdays. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Learn not the way of the heathen. Ecclesiastes 7:1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. So let me read that again. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. So your day of death, going back to the spirit realm, because as it says, Ecclesiastes, I forget what verse is it. It's in Ecclesiastes, I think it's 7:12, or 12:7. Let me just read that. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Spirit shall return unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, So go back to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. So it's better when you, the day of death, going back to the spirit realm and going back to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that's better than the day of one's birth, So, because we're not to celebrate the day of birth. Because we in captivity, Why would you want to be celebrating the day that you was brought into captivity? We get an account in Job chapter 1 and verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Salaki. Job chapter 1 verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. So this was on his day, talking about Job's day. Now let's see what day that is. Job chapter 3 and verse 1. Start at verse 1. Job chapter 3 verse 1. After this opened Job his mouth. Um, Salaki, let me go back to Job chapter 1. I'm going to read verse 5 after 4. Read verse 4 again. Job chapter 1, verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. Verse 5. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified it, and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. So Job, he made sacrifices because he said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Now let's see what this day was that they feasted, and the reason why Job he made sacrifices for his sons, because they was feasting on his day. What's his day? Let's find out. Job chapter 3 verse 1. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived, let that day, let me read that again. I'm start at Job chapter 3 verse 1. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not Yahweh Hashem Yahushai regard it from above. Neither let the night shine upon it. Neither let the light shine upon it. Verse 5. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. Verse 6. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Verse 7. Lo, let the night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let the stars, verse 9, let the stars in the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Neither let it see the dawning of the day. So he was pretty much in turn, he was saying, fuck the day that he was born, because he said, let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. And it says, cursed be that day, because he was, cursed be the day that he was born, So we not to celebrate these birthdays, We get one more account, quick video. Get one more account in Jeremiah chapter 20 and verse, I'm gonna start at verse 12. But O Yahweh of hosts, that triest the righteous and seest the reins in the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee I have opened my cause. Sing unto Yahweh, praise ye Yahweh, for he hath delivered the souls of the poor from the hand of evildoers. Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father, saying, a man-child is born unto thee, making him very glad. he said, "Cursed be the man who gave his father presents, um, you know, on the day that he was born." You know, it says, let me read that again. Start at verse 14, Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 14. "Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father, saying, A man child is born unto thee, making him very glad." So he doesn't care. Um, it says, "Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father." So cursed be that man who brought tidings to his father, saying, "A man child is born unto thee, making him very glad." So, you know, to be worshiping that day, as I can say. And let that man be as the cities which the Lord overthrow, which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai overthrew, and repented not. So destruction to that man. That's what it's saying. And let him hear the cry in the morning and the shouting at noontide. Verse 17, "Because he slew me not from the womb, or that my mother might have been my grave, and her womb to be always great with me. Wherefore came I forth out of the womb to see labor and sorrow, that my days should be consumed with shame." Right, because the day came out of the womb, he was in labor, to see labor and sorrow, you know, because we're mourning in this captivity, and we labor. I'm going to read that again. Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 17. I should start at 16 again. "And let that man be as the cities which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai overthrew, and repented not." So death to that man. "And let him hear the cry in the morning and the shouting at noontide, because he slew me not from the womb, and that my mother might have been my grave." So he's saying he would it would have been better for him to die in his mother's womb. That's what he's saying. And her womb to be always great with me. Yeah. Wherefore came I forth out of the womb to see labor and sorrow, that my days should be consumed with shame. Yeah, so that's pretty much it on that. Hold on, let me see if I can get. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we not to worship the day that we was born. You know, we grateful. You know, we grateful to be able to praise Him. You know, but to be in this captivity and to worship the day that you was born in this captivity, it doesn't really make sense once you come into the knowledge that we in captivity. You know, let me give one more scripture that we in captivity. Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 2. Let me start at 1. "Remember, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, what is to come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach." Verse 2, this is the point. "Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens." I'll read verse 3. "We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest." Right, we labor, we have no rest. We gotta get up, we gotta go to work, we go to sleep, then go right back to work. You know, um, the world was made for our sakes, and it says in verse 2, our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens, because we sinned against the Most High. So um, we paying the consequences. You know, so Lord willing, you was edified. Um, that's a heathen. That's a heathen tradition to be celebrating these holidays. Celebrate your birthday. You know, um, that's a satanic religion, I can say. And the physical counterpart of the demon Satan. It's a spiritual demon Satan, but in the human form, his counterpart, that's the so-called white man, Esau. He's not a white man. That's why I say so-called, because he's red. You know, that word Edom means red. And yeah, man, Lord willing, you was edified. Um, Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rakah, Kadash, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders that teach well and rule well, still ruling, still teaching for 30 plus years, you know. And shalom to the hopeful elect that's out there teaching this truth and sincerity. Shalom Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala. That means rise Israel, peace Israel. Mawath La Babao, death to America. Shalom.